Hey man, like, your impossible lair is literally impossible.
Yeah, I know. I made it.
No man, like, I can't beat it.
I know. I made it.
No, like, I don't think you understand. I can't beat it.
Yeah, I know. I created it, and I can't even beat it myself.
Wait, you made a game that you can't even beat?
I make games. I never said I was good at them. Did I mention I double as a game journalist?
Oh, fuck.
Platformers are some of my favorite video games to play, and yes, they are hard as hell. The goal is usually pretty simple. Take your character from platform to platform by jumping, swimming, crawling, flying, shooting, running, and dying. These types of games can make you feel like a complete badass at times, and a complete dumbass. Oh my god, no! Oh! Why do I like platformers? Last year, I played through Yooka Laylee, a 3D collectathon platformer made by Playtonic, which wasn't a terrible game by any means, but just wasn't as fun as I would have hoped it to be. You can check out the review I made right here. Then, Playtonic did it. They made a sequel, which is probably one of the best sequels I have ever played. They made Yooka Laylee and the Impossible Lair. Yooka Laylee and the Impossible Lair isn't like its predecessor. Instead of a 3D platformer, this title takes us back to our 2D roots and absolutely kills it. This game definitely takes inspiration from the Donkey Kong Country games, but it puts its own twist on it. For starters, the first level of the game is the last level, so if you are a god tier gamer, you can beat it right from the beginning. It's a speedrunner's wet dream. You start off in the Impossible Lair. After you beat the tutorial, of course, you suck a fat one and die because the Impossible Lair is hard as hell, and then you are off on your adventure. The gameplay feels really good and was simple yet lots of fun. Your movesets is pretty basic. You can jump, roll, ground pound, glide, and swing your tail. But the key to most of these moves is Laylee. When you spawn in, you have Laylee with you, which means you can take 2 hits. The first one makes Laylee go crazy, giving you some time to grab her again, and the second one kills you. Remember, Laylee is the key to some of your movesets though. For example, you can't ground pound without her or hover in the air. So honestly, there were times where I would be playing and I'd hit a checkpoint and immediately die because I didn't have Laylee. It was kind of cheating, but not, because that is how the game was designed. Plus, there are no lives, which I love. Thank you, Playtonic. Whenever you die, you just spawn back at your latest checkpoint. Now, you don't have to just die to get Laylee back. There are also these bells throughout each stage where once you ring it, she comes back to you. The devs also added a skip button. Oh, you suck butt at this part? Skip it. Yeah, I never used this feature, even when I probably should have, because I'm a prideful cuck and wanted to beat the levels, but I do appreciate the ability to skip it. It's like having a lifeline you don't want to use, but it is comforting knowing you could. Throughout each mission, you collect coins, feathers, and bees, and even secret bees. The bees help add to your battalion, which allows you to take more hits in the Impossible Lair. Hidden throughout some missions are secret exits, which allow you to get to the secret bees that are in the overworld. And it was always a bittersweet thing, because you traverse your way through the level, and right at the end you stumble upon the secret exit, getting the secret bee. But you are also reminded that you have to play through the level again if you want to get the regular bee. Each collectible is well placed and hidden throughout the brilliant level and world design. Each level is unique and fun to explore, with 20 different levels to platform through, plus each chapter has 2 variants where you manipulate the level in some way by doing a task in the overworld, so 40 levels in total. Playtonic really hit the home run touchdown with the overworld. This was one of my favorite, if not my favorite, overworlds to explore. I love the interaction you get with the overworld, and discovering all the secrets from finding how to change each level to get the variant, to finding the hidden tonics riddled throughout was a lot of fun. Tonics can be purchased with feathers you collect, after you find said tonic in the overworld, that is. They are abilities that can make your life easier, harder, or just a graphical change, but not without a consequence. Some tonics that help you usually have a feather decrease penalty applied, while tonics that make it harder for you have a multiplier applied, but most don't add either. Although most tonics were pretty useless, they were still fun to collect and mess around with. That being said, the tonics that make your life easier are almost always worth it. Like this one that makes it so that every enemy you kill drops feathers, or this one that makes Laylee not fly around so goddamn much after you take a hit so you can get her back. Exploring the overworld was great, but sometimes you don't want to have to walk across the entire map to get to a certain location, and Platonic, being the little sweethearts that they are, added a warping system where you can warp to any chapter you've discovered. Plus, they added lots of shortcuts connecting parts of the areas together. All the collectibles you find in each stage serve a purpose, therefore making it easier for you to want to explore every nook and cranny of each level. Your feathers buy tonics, coins buy paywalls, and each bee adds to the battalion, delaying your inevitable death. The characters and dialogue are great. I mean, the first game had excellent characters and some really fun puns, but this game takes it to a whole new level. Most of the characters are back from the first one, but there are some new ones added to the cast. I love the design of each character and the graphics as a whole. There were some really awesome character interactions that made me laugh, from really silly voices to this unexpected box guy. Frank! Oh, why did this? Who did this to you, buddy? Don't worry, I'll fulfill your last wish. Rest easy, old friend. Yeah, I may have accidentally murdered Frank. This is just a well-written game that I had tons of fun with. Now, the music in this game absolutely slaps hard. So many good fun tracks to listen to, especially in the Impossible Lair. Lots of tracks that hit you right in your nostalgia bone if you played Banjo-Kazooie or Donkey Kong 64 back in the day. A very well put together soundtrack. So you've made it to the end of your journey. You've collected most of all the battalion, or all of them if you're a true Chad gamer, and you are ready to give the Impossible Lair another shot. You can play through with all your newly found bee friends and watch them slowly die as they take hits for you. Or you can pull this lever like the true psychopath you are and do it lone wolf style. The Impossible Lair is so mother-loving hard. I tried and tried and tried again and couldn't beat this shit. Just when you think you are close to the end, you enter another section that whoops your ass even harder. There are checkpoints before each time you fight Capital B, so however many bees you have at that point is how many you will have if you start at said checkpoint again. One of the things I love about platformers is you do get to see yourself improve, and it definitely shows in the Impossible Lair. You memorize specific sections and you get timing down, and honestly, at times you feel like a platforming god. But I still got my ass whooped, and as of right now, I have yet to beat it. Of course, when I watch a speedrunner beat this 25-minute level in 16 minutes without the battalion and not getting hit, it makes me want to go back to my hobbit hole and cry forever.
Skylar, come on, get out of the closet. It's just a game.
Saying it's just a game is such a weak mindset!
You little bitch, you know that.
I hate you!
Alas, I love the concept of this game's challenge and just the whole layout of it. A very cool idea and twist on the 2D platforming genre, and has honestly set a new bar for games to come. It's things like the Impossible Lair that make me pee a little bit whenever I think about playing games like Celeste or Super Meat Boy, because they are really hard and you've got to be a true ultimate gamer. Sadly, I haven't drank enough G Fuel to get there yet, but I mean, maybe one day. The issue is I have a little bit of OCD when it comes to finishing things. Whenever I start something, be it a book, a game, an anime, a show, or a movie, I have to see it all the way through to the end, even if it is bad or long or hard or whatever it may be. But honestly, I don't know if I will ever beat the Impossible Lair. Of all of my attempts, I was only able to get 60% done. I didn't think it would be this hard, considering that most of the other levels were doable. I loved pretty much everything about this game, other than the Impossible Lair was so goddamn hard. But it's not the game's fault I'm bad. Maybe one day I will beat the Impossible Lair. But until then, this one's gonna sting for a while. Oh, come on, laugh. I didn't make one beep on this entire video until now. Just give me this one. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit the like button, as well as subscribe. We make videos like this every Friday. I also did a full-length playthrough of Yooka Laylee and the Impossible Lair over on our gaming channel, which you can find linked in the description. Also, big shout out to our Patreon supporters, always appreciated. If you want to get your name at the end of each video just like this, head on over to our Patreon and subscribe today. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and as always, keep it rad.